Hello, I am Zanufas, and in this video I will cover how to make a build, Leliana the Bard. The build concentrates on supporting the party with songs and using bow as the main weapon to deal damage. It works on all game difficulties, however, for it to shine on Nightmare you will need to have a good tank. In this video I will go through attributes, talents, equipment, all in greater detail to understand how this all comes together. Attributes. As Leliana is a rogue, your main attributes are dexterity and cunning. Moreover, to wear some of the best armors at the end of the game, you will need strength. I suggest this investment into attributes. First priority, strength 20 points. You will need it to wear endgame light armors. 18 points is also an option if you get bonus strength from other equipment, belts, rings, or amulet. Second priority is dexterity. Get it to 34 points. You will need it to use best bows in the game and get all the required talents. It will also boost your attack, damage, and defense. Third priority, Cunning. After you have 34 dexterity, put all points into this stat. Cunning will boost your songs, increasing the bonuses that they provide. Moreover, after you get Lethality talent, it will boost your damage directly. You can also invest to Constitution for more survivability, but I view it more as a waste of points for this type of character, as it should be avoiding any direct combat. Skills. For skills, your main priority is to have Master Combat training. This role provides bonuses to attack, armor, and higher tier weapon talents. After that, invest 3 to 4 points into tactics, so that AI could comfortably use all the needed talents. What is left, you can put into survival. This will give some additional nature resistance. Specializations. Leliana comes with bar specialization by default. This is beneficial for the build as we can start using songs early in the game to get their benefits for the whole party. Moreover, it gives +1 cunning. The second specialization is assassin. We choose it because it provides +2 dexterity and an increased critical chance. This will benefit almost all of Liliana's attacks and talents. You can also choose a ranger specialization. You would then have additional companion in the battle, like wolf or bear, but they do not use any skills by themselves. Due to this, I do not recommend them in the party as they need additional micromanaging. Talents and spells. Let's start with the assassin tree. I suggest to invest into this tree as the lowest priority. Even though Mark of Death is an excellent ability, there are others, more important ones. Due to this reasoning, only invest if you have other abilities that will be mentioned later covered. The Bard tree. This is your main support tree, and the amount of talent points invested into it depends on what party composition you have. So for example, if you have 2 or more mages, pick Song of Valor, as they will benefit from higher mana regeneration, and you will also save talent points by not picking Distraction and Song of Courage. If you have 3 physical damage dealers, like rogues, warriors, or a tank, use Song of Courage. It will provide increased damage, attack, and critical chance, benefiting them greatly instead of just providing stamina regeneration with Song of Valor. The Rogue Tree. My guess would be that Leliana will be the only character with high lockpicking ability in your party at the time you get her in Lothering. Due to this, I recommend getting Device Mastery as soon as possible. This will allow you to unlock chests for additional loot and gold. Later, get Lethality. It will boost your damage. How this works? Generally, the damage for rogues is calculated from strength and dexterity. However, with this ability, instead of strength, cunning will be used if it is higher. Now let's move to the archery tree. These talents will provide the biggest boost to damage. I suggest getting all the abilities in the tree, even though you will not use all of them. The last ones will be especially important as they will drastically change Leliana's usefulness. Master Archer is extremely good passive ability, boosting your stats and all other abilities. Arrow of Slaying will deal tremendous damage to single targets, great for taking out mages and other archers. Scatter Shot will do the AoE stun. Due to this, it is a great ability to control battlefield, especially when there are many enemies. Now let's move to the equipment. Weapons. Any tier 7 longbow will work. I personally use Sorrows of Arlatan that was obtained through the Witch Hunt DLC. However, you can also use Firesong or Marjoraine's Recurve. Spoilers ahead. If you want to obtain Firesong, the blacksmith in Redcliffe will need to die, so that a new one would appear. Marjoraine's Recurve can be obtained from Leliana's companion's side quest. For short bows, you can use Brigand's Bow. It provides largest amount of damage out of its class, and is a great starting weapon. Next, let's cover helmets. The best helmet available to you would be Helm of Honleaf. However, if other character is using it, there are some alternatives. The Long Sight, obtained from the High Dragon. Free Scout Arming Cap, provides +2 dexterity, and can be obtained through Blackstone Irregular's questline. And the last one, providing +2 cunning, is Quicksilver Arming Cap, found in Orzammar. These are a bit weaker compared to Helm of Honleaf, but they still provide relevant bonuses for this build, and it will benefit Leliana's damage directly. Before moving to the other gear, I would like to talk about Wade's Superior Drakeskin Armor set. This set is extremely good, providing bonus to dexterity, fatigue, defense, and fire resistance. Due to this, I recommend it as a priority. It can be obtained after you kill drakes in the main quest, Urn of Sacred Ashes, and then bring the drake scales to Wade in the Wade's Emporium. Next, let's take a look at gloves. As I already told you, Wade Superior Drakeskin gloves are the best ones. However, if you are not able to use them or do not have them yet, there are a few options. The first one is the Red Genie Seekers. They provide additional critical damage, and you will get them during the Krauss questline. The next ones are Gloves of Guile. They provide additional armor penetration, but you can only get them during the Landsmeet quite close to the end of the game. The next ones are Repeater Gloves. Use it only if no other equipment provides rapid aim bonus, as it does not stack. You will get it in the Return to Ostagar DLC. Next, let's cover boots. Priority is to get Wade's Superior Drakeskin boots to get the full armor set. However, here are some alternatives if you do not have it yet. Silverhammer Stackmasters. Only boots that provide direct bonus to damage by increasing dexterity. They can be bought in Party Camp from Bodan Fedig. Bard's Dancing Shoes. Large bonus to defense. Also has high armor that increases survivability close to the end of the game. Can be bought from Bodan Fedig in the Party Camp. The last ones are the Lion's Paw. A mediocre boots, but you get them at the start of the game through the Lion's Paw DLC. Let's take a look at belts. I would recommend Andril's Blessing. This is the best belt available in the game, providing bonuses to all attributes, stamina regeneration, and resistances. You can buy it from Quartermaster in Circle Tower. However, as this item may be used by any member in your party, here are some alternatives. Guildmaster's Belt. Gives +3 to cunning, boosting your damage and effects of songs. You can maintain it via Guildmaster's Belt DLC, which you obtain with the game. The next one is Cinch of Skillful Maneuvering. If you have finished the Witch Hunt DLC achievement, A Time of the Wood and Stone, you can also get and use this belt. Next, let's take a look at amulets. The best option would be to get the High Regard of House Days. However, this requires the Golems of Amgarak DLC and collecting all the research nodes. Moreover, I would say with the stats that it provides, it could be called overpowered. An alternative could be Pearl of Anointed, providing +1 to all attributes. You can also use Seeker's Circle amulet that is default for Leliana until you get one of the better ones that I mentioned. Now let's talk about the rings. Here there are many good options that will boost your damage and songs. These are the rings that I recommend using when you have them. The Harvest Festival ring. Good ring that boosts strength by 2, needed for the Wade's armor. It also gives bonus to dexterity and attack. You will get it from the Stone Prisoner DLC. The next one is Key to the City. This is the best ring in the game, giving +2 to all attributes and is obtained in Orzammar. The next one is the Lucky Stone, giving +1 to all attributes and is obtained by having the Lucky Stone DLC. The Wicked Oath increases critical damage, stamina regeneration, and armor penetration. Great ring that you're gonna get from Wicked Oath DLC. Dusk Ring, +3 to cunning and -1 strength. You will need other equipment to outweigh the strength decrease, but it is easy to obtain from the Greater Shade in the West Brazilian forest. Now the last part, tactics. It is crucial to spend some time here to make your setup as efficient as possible. You will probably not control Leliana most of the time, so we want AI to work well in at least in a few situations. I recommend picking default Archer preset and start working from there. So let's start with sustainables. They should be always active, and the best ones are Song of Valor or Song of Courage based on your party setup, and then aim. Now we move to the scatter shot. It should be set to nearest visible because we want it to activate at the start of the battle. Unfortunately, we cannot use it together with a clustered option, so we use nearest visible. Now we move to Arrow of Slaying. We want it first to be used on ranged or magic using enemies. And if there are no enemies present like that, then we use it on any. We also leave Dirty Fighting. It is a simple method for Leliana to defend if enemies come close by. For other abilities, I left them as they are, and they should be only used if stamina is free. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. There is also GameTG Patreon. You can find the link in the description below. As I want to make more niche content like this, your support would be greatly beneficial. I leave you with a showcase on how this build is used in the combat in one of the end game fights. Thank you.